Welcome to Boldak e-learning. In today's video, we will learn how to make an invoice similar to this one using Excel. So let's start with a blank workbook. First thing we're gonna do in this blank workbook is go to the layout ribbon and then select the size of our invoice, A4, and then the orientation should be in portrait mode, and finally margins should be normal margins. Next, we will insert the logo of our company. We will go to the insert ribbon and then to pictures and select the logo. Let's scale it down a little bit. Okay. Now we'll go to cell add to column H, for example, and write invoice. Okay. Let's change the font. So we will select Franklin Gothic, the heavy one. Okay. And we will increase the size to 24. Okay, next we want the date of the invoice, the invoice number, the due date. Okay, on the other side we want the address of this company, so we will start with the street address. Okay, next we want the city and the country. Next we will need the phone number. So phone plus 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, for example, and the email. So we have boldak.lb@gmail.com. Okay. Now we want the ship to and bill to details. So we'll start with the bill to. So bill to, we want the recipient name, recipient name. And then we want the company name. Then we want the street address, the phone, and the email. Some people prefer not to put the email, but if you want to put it, there is no harm in it. Okay? Make sure that it is not the same as your details. Now we will copy the bill to and paste it because we have also ship to information. Okay? We will paste it here and change bill to ship. Now let's work on the table that will contain your product data. So first of all, we need the serial number. Okay. Then we want a description of the item or the services. Let's keep some cells empty so that we will increase the size of the description column. Let's input quantity. Next, we have the unit price. And finally, the amount or the total amount. Now let's select description with the empty cells next to it. Let's merge and center and let's drag down. Okay. And I will clear this out. So this is a method to merge other cells without having the hassle to select each and every row and then press on merge and center. Next, at the end of our table, we need the subtotal, okay, which is the summation of all the amounts above, and we have discounts. Next, we have taxes, and finally, we have the grand total. Now, let's add some notes. So we have the payment or the credit time. So payment is due in 30 days. We have the payment method, for example. And any other notes that you might find needed. So let's add some borders to these. And we will, where is outside borders? Okay. Let's go to format our invoice. Now we're done with the content. Let's format the invoice. Let's zoom in a little bit. First thing I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna cut these from here, take them back one cell so that I have alignment with the end of our table. Next, I will play around with my column width. Okay, first of all, I will increase the column width of these two to around 80. And I will decrease the column width of these two to around 50. Okay, and I will increase these also to 80 to have some symmetry. Now I will select these two. Okay, so I selected the first one. I pressed on Ctrl and selected this one. Okay, and I will select filling, blue filling for example, and I will make them bold using Ctrl B. Now let's go to our table. Let's add some borders. We will select it and go to borders, all borders, and I want to add a double bottom border. Okay. Now let's make these cells as accounting, okay, because these all contain money. So for example, this will be in dollars now. Now let's select the headers, make them centered, align them to the center, make them bold. Okay, the amount is equal to the unit price times the quantity, correct? And my subtotal is equal to the summation of all amounts. I will use the shortcut Alt equal and press enter. This counts. Sometimes some companies use percentages. So if you have a percentage, how to do that? We will press equal to this, to the subtotal times 0.05. So this is a 5% discount. Okay. Taxes, you might have some added values to the total product cost. So we have the subtotal times 0.11, for example, if you have 11% taxes. And finally, my grand total will be equal to the subtotal minus the discounts and plus the taxes. Let's see how our invoice looks like. I will press on Ctrl P to go to print preview, and as you can see, we have some more fine-tuning to work with. Let's go back. First thing I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna select my invoice, okay, and set a printing area. Okay, let's go to print preview again, and let's go to page setup, to margins, and we will center our print area horizontally. As you can see, my invoice is now centered to my paper. Let's add some content inside the table. So we have the first saw blades, for example, $1 $10, 2 drill bits, 5 $3. Now we will have to drag down the formula from here, okay, and then we have to center all of these because they don't look nice aligned to the left, to the right, and also these we will have to center them. Okay, and let's make these bold, the total bold. What else do we have? I think that's it. Let's go to print preview, and as you can see, the invoice looks neat. So let's print to PDF. We will use the printer Microsoft Print to PDF, okay, and then we have here a print preview. As you can see, I have one sheet, page 1 out of 1, and we will press on print. As you can see, we will invoice 1 and save. Now if we go to the directory where we saved our PDF, we will be able to find it. So I will go there, okay, and I have invoice 1, and as you can see, this is the invoice that we have created in Excel. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the like button. If you have any questions or concerns, please put them in the comments. And as always, thank you and take care.